Who stirs the cooking pot in your family?
Okay.
And cook for 2 or 3 minutes. After this, you put the tomato.
Okay, this is gonna cook for 1 hour. So cooking in low fire.
Tastes so much different is pecan pie. Now I just need to very gently scoop in the middle bit. Now I'm just gonna bang these in the oven quickly. I'm gonna go and bring the pasta out to my fiance, see what she thinks.
Oh my god. That looks amazing.
You should have seen the process.
Hello, I'm Xiangchun. Welcome to my channel. Today I will talk about home cooking. Home cooking is not just about food. It reveals very interesting and rich social dynamics and secrets.
حمودي أمك طبخت لك فطور اليوم؟
لا أمي ما تعرف تطبخ الخدامة اللي تطبخ.
Where the activities and meanings of home cooking change over times and regions. This video tries to grasp some common points to uncover what lies behind your home cooking. Take a moment to see whether you are engaging in one of the following cooking roles or patterns, or if your family is entirely different from any of these patterns. Welcome to join this discussion. Okay, let's get started now. For a long time, cooking has been seen as women's major and most important task at home. Until today, women continue to hold the main responsibility in home cooking.
Smells. The minute I finished cooking, they were ready to eat.
In the world home cooking trends from 2018 to 2022, women worldwide continue to cook more meals each week than men do. Among women, global cooking rates held steady in 2022 at 8.7 meals per week on average. Men, on the other hand, dropping their average to 4 meals. Even with men's full-time employment outside the home, women may have nannies or rely on their parents, but they often do not receive help from their partners.
Oh, dinner's at 7.
Yep, I'll be there. Here.
Perfect timing.
Gardner left the lawnmower in.
Harvard was known for an elite Sunday flavor.
How was work?
Although we see more and more men actively willing to cook, notably, most of them are not married. Cooking often appears as a strategy for men to pursue goals. However, after getting married, usually men cooking or sharing cooking means their status as a primary breadwinner is questioned. It may indicate they are willing to discuss the gender division of labor rather than accepting it as natural and unchangeable. But most men ensure this natural division is not questioned by never. If they have to cook, they usually only cook simple foods like sausage and chips or other convenience food, which are considered as snacks rather than a main meal. Meanwhile, most women accept their role in cooking for the family because they tie it to their roles as a wife and particularly as a mother. Traditionally, cooking in the family sphere has been seen as a women's skill, even if many women never cooked before getting married.
I really didn't start cooking until I had kids.
Hence, there is a view that women, as wives and mothers, are to be blamed for men's lack of cooking skills, rather than the men themselves. In the book of Women, Food and Family, as one interview said, "Well, I've got a theory about this. It's our women that bring men up, and they bring them up to be bloodily useless, don't they? I mean, my mother annoys me. I've got 2 brothers, and they are absolutely useless. But you know, we had to wash up and do everything. But they never had to do anything, and I think that's all wrong. But there again, if I had sons of my own, I'd probably be the same. I hope I wouldn't be." This shows how much it is accepted that these household tasks are women's responsibility, and men's help is a bonus. If men help with some tasks connected with cooking, such as washing up, peeling potatoes, or laying the table, wives will say they are doing more than their fair share. They are really good. In this thing, men should be able to cook, but should not be required to cook. Any help women receive is seen as a generosity of their partners. If a man is involved in cooking, it is usually a rather more special meal, such as a Sunday roast or an elaborate meal for a dinner party. So, women argue that I feel all genders must know how to cook. There is no need to bring feminism, why only women should cook, and the regressive patriarchy, why should we do a women's job here? Personally, I would feel that a man who can cook is mature enough to understand that it is an essential life skill without bringing gender into it. Another viewpoint presents men's culinary activities are often associated with class. One interviewer said, "I think middle-class men are more easygoing. They do not think it's sissy, do they? Whereas working-class men think it's real sissy, even to be seen washing up. If my sisters are there, they won't, but if there is only us, he will wash up." Despite its apparent class variation in the form of taken by gender division, it remains the case that the majority of women in all social classes are responsible for the preparation and cooking of the daily family meal. Home cooking clearly shows everyday love and care.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually prefer cooking alone. However, my kids love being in the kitchen with me, and I love that they're interested in cooking, so I will have them help.
It needs planning, provisioning, and preparing meals to meet nutritional needs, balance daily contingencies, and care to family members' preferences. However, Devat, in her book Feeding the Family, the social organization of caring as gendered work, argues that this affectionate cooking can be seen as evidence of women's subordinate position. Women acquire these skills from their mothers, and through the act of mothering their own children. They are aware of social expectations regarding their caregiving responsibilities. It will lead to anxiety about whether they are doing enough. Their own expression of needs may even be viewed as selfishness due to their subordinate status. In contrast, in the book Kitchen Secrets, The Meaning of Cooking in Everyday Life, the author Frances Short emphasizes the emotional aspect of cooking. Short presents 2 perspectives for understanding cooking. One is task-centered, such as making bread, which requires a range of techniques, including mixing, kneading, rolling, and shaping. The other is a person-centered approach, which considers the perceptual, individual, emotional requests in cooking, as well as the circumstances and the context in which making bread took place. Schultz suggests cooking is person-centered rather than task-centered. But in our social lives, task orientation and personal emotion are difficult to separate in home cooking, right? Both women and men combine cooking skills with the expression of their love and care. Especially, some special forms of home cooking highlight affection, such as preparing a partner's preference food is seen as a way of treating him or her, or a way of making up after a quarrel, or expressing their affection by cooking a special meal, as it requires more time and effort than usual. Kaufman, in his book of The Meaning of Cooking, mentioned Charles Fourier's observation in his Nouveau Monde, written in 1816 but remaining unpublished for 150 years. Fourier noted that the pleasure of the palate, dominant in childhood and old age, becomes less important to adults who tend to associate it with love. For Fourierism, learning to be wise in matters of gastronomy is merely one stage on the road to establishing love harmonies. Today, cooking is being organized around a new center, namely the individual consumer, who is now free from all social constraints.
I'm taking off my shoe because there's no rolling pin. I need to crush this ice with something, and I figure this is actually, sorry Misha, maybe the best thing that I can do this with. Actually, this is better than a rolling pin.
This shift is mainly due to individuals seeking liberation from social rules and the increased availability of new products and services. Within this shift, women or men engage in cooking simply because they enjoy it and will make time for it.
Brooklyn cooks a lot, which I love. My favorite thing that he makes is angel hair pasta with pink sauce. Probably my favorite meal ever.
In addition, if passing fancy, such as watching a film on television, diverts their desire to cook, they can readily turn to the fridge, open it, and may tell themselves, when you buy frozen food, everything is done for you.
To be able to not only feed yourself, but feed your family something that it doesn't take 2 hours to cook, that is a huge factor as well that's driving frozen food sales.
Here, the pleasure lies in knowing that you have the option, allowing you to enjoy a wide variety of existential options. Moreover, women or men can access different sorts of ideas, devices, and foodstuffs. They not only put together or assemble meals, but design cooking according to their interests and preferences. At the same time, we now have easy access to the ever-expanding range of ready meals, both at home and in public places. We can now eat anywhere and with great ease, in the street, at the cinema, in the car, while surrounded by abundance within hand's reach. However, it is true that modern society is detrimental to family cooking. In many countries, different family members eat breakfast at different times and eat different foods. Lunch tends to be eaten outside the home, either alone or with non-family members, whereas dinner, weekend meals, or festival meals have become rare family occasions for cooking and eating together. Okay, folks, that's all for today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Now it's your turn to answer the questions. Who does the cooking in your family? Any special kitchen stories to share? Welcome to share your stories in the comments section. Wishing you all a lovely day and see you next time. Bye bye.